All right, so good morning, you guys. We are going to use a block, or if you don't have a block, like a cushion or something like that, for one of the exercises, and a towel or a strap for the neck exercises that we're going to do. So this is our last Saturday together, and then we begin the outdoor classes after next weekend. Next weekend's the holiday weekend. So we're just going to start seated nice and tall. Just try to lift up through the base of your spine to start to come into your breathing. Okay, so nice inhale and exhale. Let the shoulders settle. And just take a few moments here just to feel the breath coming into both nostrils. Settle the shoulders back and down. And lift through the top of the sternum. So let's see if we can fill up the top of the sternum. Nice. And start to draw your navel to your spine as you breathe out. Gently hold that navel in as you breathe in. So we're just going to do a good all over mobility class today. Just getting some good spacing at the neck as well as the shoulder blades, the hips, of course, as always, the spine, chest, and upper back. All right, so we're just going to cup onto the knees here and just scoop that lower belly coming back and lift through the top of the sternum and come forward with the lower back. Let's try that again. So you're going to go all the way back, you guys, as far back as you can go. And then come forward, roll the shoulders back, lift the top of the chest, and lean forward with the lower back a little bit further. Awesome. And just try two more. Going back as far as you can. And coming forward. And one more time, you guys, you're going to go deeper into the back and more forward toward your lap. Beautiful. And we're going to start to circle around. So this happens at the base of your spine. So you're going to circle back around, lean back. And you're making these nice big circles at the base of your spine. So you're moving the base of your spine forward as far to the side as you can, back, and as far to the other side as you can. And you can push and pull on each knee to do this. And just one more time, you guys, and we're going to go the other way. So just take a little break and then go the other way. And you just lean over, and you'll get that nice stretch through the hip. A little bit through the back. And again, you want to make sure it's not happening at the belly button, but really down at the base of your spine. And just try one more time, really getting that nice opening. Beautiful. All right, release it to the center, circle those shoulders up and back, reaching the arms all the way out to the side, lift up and lift through the shoulders, and exhale, drop through the shoulders. So bring those shoulders down. And we're going to hold that right shoulder down. Bring that left shoulder blade over as much as you can. Get that reach. And come up and open and hold that left shoulder down. And bring that right shoulder blade all the way up and over. Okay, let's try that again. So really working into the shoulder blade. Right shoulder down, left shoulder up, shoulder blade, yep. And coming to the other side. Really get that nice opening. Beautiful. Come right into the center and lock your fingers together right behind your head, you guys, and reach your head back. Try to work your shoulders down your back, work them down your back as you twist to the right and to the left and right and left. And try that again, right and left. And one more time, right and left. You're going to go all the way to the right, open up through the arms, grab the knee in the floor, and lift through the chest. Now you're going to take your nose and just pull it down toward your back armpit. So you're just going to try to tuck it down. And release, come into center. And we'll do the same on the other side. So we're going to come around to the side here. Just press to the floor, press to the knee, lift through the spine, and taking your nose and pointing it down toward your back armpit. It's like you're going to try smelling armpit. Just get right there. Stretch through the neck. And come back to the center. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna bring those knees in and extend to the legs and just kind of get to this place where you can feel your sitting bones on the floor. Okay, so feel that right one, feel that left one, that little bony protrusion, and feel the sitting bones nice and strong, you guys, and lift up super high through the waist. And as we exhale, draw the navel in, extend forward. Sweep the arms all the way in and back. Reach up nice and high through the waist. Exhale, squeeze the navel in. Come forward. 2 more times, see if you can feel the sitting bones. Down, 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 down. Good, good, good. And exhale, squeeze through the waist and stretch through that lower back. And one more time, you guys. Nice inhale up. And come forward. All right, so you're gonna bring your left hand toward the right foot or the right leg or wherever you are. Don't worry about the strap. You can just put your hand on the leg there if you can't reach the foot. You can take your right arm all the way back and you're gonna lean forward with your chest, but look back. So your nose is, again, toward that armpit, okay? So you lean forward with your chest to your foot and you tuck your chin in and down. And then release, come center, and do the same on the other side. So that right hand goes to your left foot or leg, doesn't matter where. That left arm goes back. You lean your chest toward the foot, and you turn your chin back toward that back armpit or toward the shoulder. Inhale it. Beautiful. Release, come on up. Bring the bottoms of your feet to touch. Pull your hips and your knees. Yep. So you're pulling your feet toward your pelvis. There you go. Draw your knees out and feel your sitting bones on the ground. Okay, so you're going to feel the sits bones. Lift through the base of the spine and exhale, roll back into that low back. Stretch it back. Inhale, rise up and lift your lower back up and forward. So your pelvis comes to your feet more. Try that again. Exhale, squeeze and stretch into your lower back. Inhale, lift. Come up a little bit more. One more time, you guys. Exhale. And inhale up. Now we're going to squeeze the belly and come forward with that lower back. Nose to the toes. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come forward. Squeeze nose to toes. Inhale, lift up. And one more time. Ooh, yeah. And inhale, lift. Awesome. Release the hands back, and we're going to open up through the feet and just roll your pelvis. So you're going right and left. That is it. Good. And just use your hands to press into the floor so you don't go sliding all over the floor when you do this. Just keep your arms really strong, you guys. And one more time on each side. And then try not to move your pelvis, but rather just roll your knee in. Okay, so your thigh is what's rolling in and you're not moving your hips. And see if you can find that little space there. Nice. All right, we're going to bring it in. Come on to hands and knees. Work a little mobility through the scapula, through the spine. And what we're going to do here is just be on all fours. Make sure your wrists are right under your shoulder blades. You're going to press your hands right into the ground and separate your shoulder blades. So separate your shoulder blades. Pull the right one away from the left one away from the right. Keep them separated as you press back. Don't move your hands. Just keep pressing your hands down as you press back into child's pose. Keep your shoulder blades separated. Keep pressing into the hands as you come forward and come into neutral spine, and bring the shoulder blades neutral against the back. So arch through the lower back, stretch the lower belly, and look up. Reach the shoulder blades away from each other. So push through the floor with the hands. Keep them apart as you go back. So keep pressing through the hands. Keep opening the scapula. And keep pressing through the hands as you come forward again. Nice neutral spine. Release that lower back. Open up through the belly, lift through the chest and the neck. All right, we'll try that one more time. Press through the hands, separate the shoulder blades, keep the press, and come back. As far as you can go, guys. And come forward. Beautiful. Release into neutral. Arch through the spine. Curl the toes under and reach back into downward dog. Don't move your hands or your feet. Just keep the press of the hands. Press through the feet and lift the heels up off the ground. Straighten out the backs of your knees and scoot your sitting bones up high. Scoot those sitting bones up nice and high. Breathing in and breathing out. Keep your sitting bones up high and start to lower the heels to the floor. So you want to feel like you're anchoring your sits bones and you're separating your shoulder blades. Keep them apart, guys. We're going to ripple through the spine and come in through plank. So ripple like you do a cat stretch. Separate the shoulder blades. Then come into neutral and draw that right knee down right underneath you here and spin the shin behind you. Lift up that left arm and stretch it up. And you're going to take that top arm over the head, keeping that bottom arm strong. Circle that top arm around, moving your shoulder blade. Ah, beautiful. And one more time, and then reverse the direction. So keeping that bottom arm nice and strong, all the way around. And one more time. Beautiful job. Bringing that down. And we're going to try the other side. So I'm going to face away from you guys. You're going to just come into plank. Drop the left knee. Spin it back. Take that top arm up and over. Keep that bottom arm pressing and circle it around. Right at the shoulder blade. And then reverse the direction. So you're breathing deeply here. Getting that nice and open, guys. And one. Beautiful. Come back into our plank. Come all the way down to the ground. So as we come down to the ground, I'm going to reach the hands right under the shoulders, fingertips nice and tight. Pull the shoulders back, pull the armpits back, lift the chest forward. Lower down and roll your shoulders forward and down. Let's try that again. Reach the chest forward, pull the shoulders back. And then roll the shoulders forward. Good. Now keep the shoulders rolled forward and lift your head and your chest and your upper back off the ground, but keep the shoulders forward. And release. Woo. Awesome. Bringing the shoulders back into neutral and lift through the upper back and roll all the way up. So you guys are pulling your hips a little more forward. Squeeze and tone your legs. Inhale and exhale and reach back into downward dog. So you're going to curl those toes, separate the shoulder blades as you reach back. All right, so shoulder blades separated, reaching into that downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Let's step the right foot forward. So you're going to reach up there, drop the back knee. So your right foot is forward, back knee is dropped. We're going to straighten out this front leg and use your yoga blocks for your hands. Okay, so one hand, a block under each hand. Foot is going to be flexed. We're going to sink into this hip joint here. So see if you can relax in to the hip, keeping the chest slightly lifted as you fall deeper into the hip. And as you fall into that hip, roll your toes out to the side and keep sinking into your hip. And roll the toes back to the middle and roll the toes inward. So you're rolling in, sinking into the hip. And then release it back to the center. Go a little deeper into the hip if you can, keeping the chest lifted. Good. And we'll step forward. And as you step forward, you guys take your front foot and walk it out. Turn the toes out. Yep. So your left hand is on the floor. Your right hand goes on the inside of your right knee, on the inside. And you're going to gently move the knee open. Yep. And you're going to move your right knee away from your left hip and vice versa. So you're pulling that left hip back as you reach open. Now you're going to keep that feeling. You can keep your hand there if you want to, or you can come down to your elbows or to the yoga block. But keep moving your hip and your knee away from each other. And again, you can put the blocks or the cushions or whatever you have under your forearms if you want to get a little lower, but you can't quite reach. And just keep sinking into your hip a little bit more. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, rise up and take your right hand beyond the right knee, bend your back leg, catch your foot. Now you can use your strap here if you have a strap. Yeah, there you go. Or you can just curl the foot up. But try to keep your right knee and your left hip moving away from each other as you pull that foot in and sinking the left hip a little lower. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale and exhale. All right. Woohoo! We love that, right? Let's come back onto our knees, and we'll take a downward facing dog again. Separate the shoulder blades. Feel that good energy flow through the legs. And we'll take our left foot forward when you're ready. Take that right knee down, and we're going to stretch up and open this right leg. Okay, so again, you guys square your hips, do your best, keep it nice and squared off, making sure that you're sinking into the hip here, so you're not rounding your back as you open the chest. So settle into the fold of the hip, breathing in, breathing out. Do your best here to keep that leg straight. And then pull the toes in and roll your toes out to the left. Roll your leg out to the left as much as you can, staying in the hip. And inhale and exhale. Keep reaching the chest to the toes. Bring the toes back in the center, leg rolls in, and then your leg rolls all the way inwards. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Come right back into the center, settle into that center stretch. A little bit more if you can. And we'll step into it. Woo, that's a lot. All right. So you're going to move your left foot to the left. Turn the toes out. Your right hand on the block of the floor. Bring your left hand to the inside of the left knee and roll that knee out. Yeah. And now you're feeling the knee move away from your right hip and the right hip move away from the knee. So you're sending left knee to the left, right hip to the right. And you keep that feeling. And again, if you guys want to go lower to the ground, you can either keep your hand up there or you can start to come down into that stretch. But keep that hip and knee separation. Just inhale, exhale. Beautiful. And then you're just going to bring your left hand up and reach back around to that foot back there and grab hold of it. Again, use the strap or just bend your knee or just hang in the stretch if you want to. But getting that quad stretch, very beneficial. You know, just keep doing your best. Just keep pulling knee and hip away from each other as you do this. Keep bringing the foot in and sinking your right hip a little lower to the floor. Lifting your chest. 2 more breaths. And 1. Beautiful. All right, you guys, you're going to take your back foot, bring it into a squat. Yay, squats. Take your back foot, bring it in, come down into your squats. Now, again, you can use your blocks underneath you like that to sit into your squat. If you are a little unsure, you can use your chair to hold on to or underneath you, a little stool or something like that. Your knees are apart. Your heels are trying to come down, okay? So you're trying to have your heels down, toes, feet apart a little bit, and bringing your hands to your heart and opening through the knees. So you're gonna try to have the sits bones right down here, guys, really wide. So push open the sits bones, yeah. Chest is high, collarbone is lifted. Breathing in, breathing out, keep lifting that low back. Inhale and exhale, ground through the heels as we rise up. So we're gonna just come on up, bring your feet together, beautiful. Legs are strong, inner thighs are strong, lift through the chest. So we're strengthening the inner thighs and we really want to pull those inward at the inner thighs. Sometimes we start tightening here to come together instead of, pulling the inner thighs together. We start using the outer thighs to pull in. The outer thighs or the outer legs, those muscles actually just, try to lift up, maybe stretch out a little bit. So the inner thighs are really strong and lifting through the chest as you ground through the toes. And if you're wanting to try to come gently up onto the toes, so without falling over, just try to come up as high as you can, Keeping those big toes down, ankles steady, breathing. And then come all the way down and stretch over to the side. Now we're gonna start to mobilize your shoulder blade. So get that shoulder blade lifted, open up underneath the scapula, and then release and move that shoulder blade down and do the same on the other side. So just try to get up and under that scapula. Breathing in, breathing out. Beautiful. Release it right into the center. Bring the arms down. And we're going to take that right leg out, right out in front of us. And just make like a circle. So you're going to circle around, all the way around to the other side. And you can put your foot on the ground if you're feeling like you're nervous or you're falling, right? If you can lift it, and then try to squat as low as you can. So the foot can be on the ground if you want to, but the work is into the hip, like you're gonna go into a squat. As low as you can go into your hip, and then come up, and we're just doing one of those. Just circle it back and in, all right. And we'll try the other side. So you can hold your hips or arms out to the side. So you just reach up, open, circle around, again, toes on the floor if you want to. Go as far back as you can, and then squat into that leg. As low, how low can you go? Right, how low can you go? And then bringing it up and around. Very good to test your strength and stability. Yay, reaching it up. Forward bend, get that nice deep stretch. Deep stretch. Low back, hamstrings, middle and upper back. Then come into halfway lift, lift through the chest. Inhale and exhale. Sink it into chair pose. So you guys are gonna come into chair. Reach the arms up. Bring the hands to the heart and twist and open. And see if you can really work through the chest, opening. Turn your chin either up or down so that you can find more mobility. Beautiful. Come right back into the center. Forward fold again. Press into the toes. Shins are strong. Come back in the chair pose. Oh yeah. And from this chair pose, bring the hands to the heart and twist to the other side. And again, try to make sure you're getting good stability and open up the chest a little more. Turning your chin either up or down. And release back to the center. Open up your feet. I'm just going to turn to the side and take your right leg back. Ground your back foot. Rise up into warrior one. So this is our good grounding position of the legs, but we're also working into this depth of the hip, you know, like you're trying to squat or sit a little more into that left hip. Okay, so as we rise up, you're going to bring your left hand behind your back to your lower back and bring the right arm over to the left. So you're breathing deeply and you're stretching the fingertips as much as you can. And see if you can take that hand that's behind your back and slide it down to the knee or to the leg. And twist back with the shoulder. And take your right arm straight up now. Lift. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. And so we rise up and open into triangle pose. So legs gonna be straight and send into the hip joint here as deeply as you can. So we're trying to settle into the joint of the hip here. So see if you can, you know, relax into it, but still have strength in through the core to keep you from sagging into the ligaments. So you really want to get strong. And the neck is long, chest is long. And turn your chin up as much as you're able to. Beautiful job. Take this top arm behind your back, roll the shoulder back, squeeze the shoulder blade back a little bit more, squeeze into the back, turn your chin a little more. And up, release, rise up. Pivot to the front, bring the hands down, drop your back knee into that runner's lunge, okay? Use your yoga blocks here for this one. You're gonna press up. So if you need to stay forward, use the yoga blocks, okay? But we are trying right here to get your hip over your knee. Your hip over your knee. So keep moving, look down and check it out. Check it out. All right. So you're gonna feel the stretch right at the front of your thigh, but you're settling into the glute here. You wanna just feel the glute nice and strong as you breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Now, if you're fine here, stay here. If you're able to go into like a half camel, you take your right hand back to the heel and you stretch back so that you can stretch that hip a little more. You breathe a little more. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna release and we're gonna sink back into that. So you're gonna sink back and just sit back into that. Now, if you're not able to do that, just do the best you can. Make any modifications that you need to, right? Fold forward. There you go, right into the hip. And then you guys are gonna come back with your hands. So you're gonna come back. Woo! Bend this knee again, so your foot is down, and lift your hip this way. So open through that hip stretch. Inhale, exhale. Keep sinking into the glutes. And release. Now we're gonna come forward again. You're gonna come all the way forward and step together at the very front of your mat. So walk yourself in. Come into nice forward bend. Settle into the hips, long spine. Awesome. So we're gonna have the left leg go back. We're gonna practice on this side. So come into warrior one and we rise up. Oh yeah. And those hips nice and squared. This is our standing section here. And so we are going, I'm just gonna turn so we can see here, right? So you are going to come down into this hip, not into your knee. Back leg super strong, lifting up into warrior. So everything is nice and strong. And your left hand comes behind your back. Okay. Or right hand comes behind your back, sorry. And then you lean over to the side. So you're breathing in and breathing out. You're inhaling and exhaling. So you're in that lunge. You guys keep that front knee bent. Left arm leaning over. And maybe taking your back arm and sliding it down your leg to your knee or to the lower, wherever. And then lift up the chest and just take those fingertips and let it go straight up as you lean back more, roll the shoulder back. All right, so we're gonna release and come into triangle pose. So we unwind, straighten out through the leg. And you're gonna have this twist and you come into the hip. So you come into that hip. Nice. And so we settle into the hip here. And we wanna keep strong in the legs, but try to find that ease and relaxation in the hip. So we are breathing in and breathing out. Nice job, you guys. And taking our top arm behind our back and see if we can roll the shoulder back a little more. Legs stay toned, settle into the hip. Beautiful job. Let's release, unwind, rise up, and come down with the back knee. All right, so we're gonna try to get this knee right into the hip, okay? So knee under hip, keep moving yourself back, 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 back. And look down and make sure that you're aligning, so you're not in the slanted position of your leg, but you're trying to get to this place with that hip and knee for really, really good alignment, okay? So we're staying here till you feel the stretch, maybe settling into the glute a little bit, whatever works. Now, if you're wanting to, you want to go into that half camel, reach back. Maybe this top arm can come up. But you try to keep that hip and knee, do the best you can alignment as you lean back with the chest. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice job, you guys. Releasing it down, and we're going to come back. So you're going to flatten out the foot there. You're going to reach back and sink back. Settle down into it. So again, you can use props for this, or you can stay with the previous one if this one is not going to work for you. And that leg is going to come out, and your hands are going to come back, just like we did on the other side. You're going to bend the knee to help you to come into this, and press up from the leg. You're not pushing into your back. So glutes active. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice. All right. And so we're going to come and have a full seat, you guys. So you're going to come down and release and just have a seat. So good. All right. So as we come into this seat, we're going to do a little bit of strengthening for the core and for the hips and the glutes. So we're just going to reach behind the legs here and suck the belly in and kind of hang back. So we're just going to be in this position here. We're going to scoop in the belly. So I'm like holding onto my hands. You could just hold onto your legs, whatever works for you. But you're just trying to hug the belly in and move your shoulder blades now against your back as you hug the belly in. And then reach up nice and strong. And again, shoulder blades against the back. Keep engaging the tummy. Let's do that again. So you come back. You try not to let the shoulder blades go loose here. If they do, just kind of re-engage them and hug the belly in. And then coming up. Beautiful. Reaching the arms into the release. Shoulder blades against the back. You're going to come back and feel the belly pressure. Just feel that clamping in the tummy. And then coming up. And we'll do that 4 times. 4, shoulder blades strong, belly firm. 3, just stay as tight as you can in there. 2 more. 2. And 1. Beautiful. All right, you're going to bring your hands back or come down on the elbows. I'm going to come on the elbows. Bring the legs up. Elbows back. Keep the shoulder blades against your back so you're not like this. Your shoulder blades are against the back and the belly is super tight. And you're tapping 1. Now, this is too much. You, of course, can lay on your back and do it. It's a little bit more challenge for the abs. So keep that pressure in the tummy. Keep going. And we're going to go for 4, 3. Keep the pressure, guys. 2. And then we'll send the legs out 1 at a time. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And we're coming down onto the back. Keep the shoulder blades against the back. Bring the hands behind the head with the pressure in the tummy. And we'll tap down 1, 2. Keep the pressure, guys. 3. And then we'll send out 1 at a time. Tummy super tight for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to take that right hand to the right ankle and then stretch it out. Keep the shoulder blade against the back. Keep the pressure with the tummy. Keep the neck relaxed. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's try the other side. Bringing that in. Left hand to left ankle. Shoulder blades against the back. Belly pressure. Keep clamping into it, guys. Don't let go of the tummy strength. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Tuck the knees right into the chest and rolling your head, side to side. Feels so good. And roll that side to side. So feet are gonna come down, we're gonna work into bridge, and this one, my block's way over there. So you're gonna put a block or something between your knees. If you have a yoga block, I wouldn't pinch the skinny side, I would pinch it like this on the wider side. And if you have a cushion or something like that, you know, you don't have the, maybe double up the cushion or something. So it's a little wider and your feet are not, your knees are not too close, okay? So about the width of that block. And the shoulders are gonna come back, shoulder blades separated here. So you're gonna separate the shoulder blades and move the shoulders back. Engage in your inner thighs. Glutes are gonna be active. Lift and tuck the tailbone under. So you guys are tucking under. And you're pressing the upper arms into the floor as you separate your shoulder blades. So right here, you guys, the upper arms, you want to try to press back with the back of the shoulder and the tricep into the floor as you separate the shoulder blades and squeeze the inner thighs and the glutes. So your tummy should feel some work as you do this. And the head is going to be in the center. So as you hold the block, you guys are going to extend your right leg out and then bring it down. And then extend your left leg out and bring it down. Now you're going to keep repeating that. I just want to come up and see that you are not moving your hips. Your hips stay super steady. And you're just extending one leg out and in. And do it really, really slow. Try to control the movement so that you're not like, you know, just bouncing into it. Just do your best to control the movement. And we're just going to try 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and 1. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and lower down and release the block. Tuck the knees into the chest and settle into the hips as you rock side to side. Settle into your hips as you rock side to side. Nice. All right. So our left leg's going to go out. We're going to do a little glute stretching, a little hamstring stretching. Okay. So you're going to try to feel your hip and the lower back on the floor here, and your right arm's going to go out to the side. So right knee into your chest, and just kind of sink into your hip as nicely as you feel you're able to. You're going to roll the right hip and the right lower back off the floor, but keep your left lower back on the floor, okay? So what you're doing here, and see how my foot starts to come down, pick your ankle up. So your ankle is up in line with the knee, and see if you can roll through at the low back and feel your shoulder blades against the back, and your core is active as you start to gain some more stretch with your exhale. Now, find where you are right here, and this is fine. Hold on to the knee, but feel like you're going to push your back to the floor. So I want you to kind of push back a little bit, and then stretch it a little bit more the other way. Bringing that knee across. Beautiful job, you guys. Let's release and extend that leg, coming into a hamstring stretch. And for this hamstring stretch, that sitting bone really needs to be down. We're stretching that down away from the heel. So you can find that point of your sitting bone and pull that down while you extend the knee and the heel, and just draw that leg nice and strong. So your kneecap feels like it's coming into your thigh, the back of the knee stretches to the heel, sitting bone is down, and just let yourself settle into your hip here. So you're breathing in, breathing out, keeping your lower back from rounding. Keep lengthening the lower back. If you're able to grab your big toe, you're going to pull it down. If not, you know, if you have the strap there, you can kind of, you know, encourage that to come down. Go for that. But don't bend your knee to grab it, okay? Nice. All right, so let's release that and bringing that leg to the floor, to the right. Okay, guys? So Your foot's going to step on the floor to the right of your yoga mat, and you're going to roll your right knee in. And this, again, is going to encourage some good hip mobility. Keep your right lower back on the floor. So don't pick up your hip. Just let the thigh roll in. And if you're getting stuck and you need a little help, what you would do is take your other foot and put it on top of the knee to have it come down. Okay. And then feel as far as you can go on the stretch, and then act like you're going to open that bottom knee up. So I want you to push a little bit, but don't really move it. Just like act like you're trying to open it. Little PNF stretch, and then no more push, and draw the knee closer to the floor as you release into the hip a little bit more. Beautiful. All right, let's let that go, and we'll try the other side. So you're going to bring those knees in. If your hips have kind of shifted off to the side when you were doing those stretches, bring everything back to the middle, so nose stable, pelvis in line. Awesome. And you're going to go ahead and straighten out the right leg, hold the left knee in, left arm out to the side. Now feeling the lower back on the floor, and as you bring the knee, just start to bring that left knee across the right, but pick up your ankle, so your ankle doesn't go down to the floor before the knee. The knee is leading away, and pick up the left side of your lower back off the floor, keeping the right side of your lower back on the floor. And so we breathe in and breathe out. And once you can't go anymore, make sure that ankle's up there. You're going to act like you're going to push your back to the floor again. So you're going to reverse the action. Just kind of pull, 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 pull. And then relax and stretch it a little bit more across. So you're going to bring the knee closer to the floor on that right side. All right. Let's release, bring it in, and get our hamstring stretch. So the right leg's going to go up. And your sitting bone to the floor. So you guys try to find that sits bone and draw it down as you have that nice straight leg, and the back of the knee goes to the heel. Sit bone looks down. And you just keep feeling the nice stretch at the back of your leg as you settle into your hip. And again, if you're able to grab the big toe, you're going to pull the big toe down a little more. If you have a strap or something, you can do that. All right. And then when you're ready, release that and bring your foot off to the side. Just bend the knee and bring the foot to the floor, off to the side of your yoga mat. And keeping your hips and your back on the floor, roll that left knee inward and downward toward the mat. Just make sure your back doesn't come up and your pelvis doesn't slant when you do this. And just keep letting that drop in. If you want to do it like that, it's good. If you want to use the other foot to help you stretch it, I'm going to go ahead and do that. And again, navel is drawn in, and you're breathing in and breathing out. Now you add that little resistance, like you're going to try to push that knee away from the floor. It doesn't really move, you're just pushing. And then stretch the knee toward the floor. Nice. All right, let's let that all go and release it back into the center. And again, everything's going to be centered. Bringing the yoga block under the hips if you, need that little help stretching that low back. What I would do with this, you guys, if you need to stretch out that low back, is don't put the block completely under your hips. Put it at the very tip, at the very edge, because you're actually like closer to the sit bone, like down as low as you can to the sit bone. So you actually want to try to pull the very bottom, up and over, and widening that low back area, the pelvis and the sacral area is going to get that nice stretch. So, and I'm going to be working on that in the live classes as well to help you out, because sometimes, again, we need a little hands-on help. And really, teaching these exercise classes is very in live and in person to get the most out of it, you guys. So I hope to see you guys live when we do those classes outside anytime, Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday. You know, so we can get the most. And if you want to lift your hips up over and put a little compression at the abdominal muscle, put a little compression at the throat, not too much. Inhaling and exhaling. All right. And then when you're ready, roll your hips down, come off the yoga block. We just do one more stretch here for the spine and the hips, and then we'll sit up and work our neck stretches. So for this, you guys are going to cross your right ankle in front of your left. And so it's ankle in front of ankle in line with the navel, and then drop your knees open to the side. And we're going to try to stretch the lower back so that your lower belly, you're trying to lengthen the lower belly, sorry, let's say it that way. Lengthen the lower belly, and you'll be contracting the lower back. So you're stretching like your pubic bone is moving away from your belt line or away from your navel. And we breathe in and breathe out as we do this, and we can reach the arms over the head and stretch and lift a little bit more, lifting maybe the shoulder blades up and out, not necessarily the shoulder heads, you know, at the neck. So keeping the shoulder blades lifted, and the shoulder heads down. All right, let's release the arms and just switch your ankles. So now you're going to bring those legs in if you want to, and cross the left ankle in front of the right, and let the knees open. Again, ankle in front of ankle in line with the navel or the pelvis, and stretching out that lower belly. So again, you're drawing the navel in, and that lower belly gets length, lower back feels some tightening maybe. And the arms are going to come up, and you're going to stretch over right side, left side, maybe lift the shoulder blades, or just reaching the arms over the head is totally fine. Beautiful. All right, let's hug those knees in. Give them a nice little squeeze. And you can have your ankles crossed or feet together, whatever works for you, but keep squeezing those inner thighs. Hips are narrowing. And if you want to lift your nose, go ahead and do that. And then rock yourself up to seated, and you're going to use your yoga strap or towel or whatever you guys have. If you want to sit on the yoga block, you can do that. I'm gonna do it. And if you have a yoga strap, you can kind of double it up for these neck stretches. If you have a towel, just roll up the towel or something like that, okay? So grab hold of your strap and just bring it around the back of the neck here, just like this. This is going to be for our neck stretches. We always do the neck stretches, you guys, with a straight spine. So we don't start to round the spine and drop the chest, okay? So all this alignment is still happening, okay? So try not to like bow your ribs or your hips or your spine when you're doing this. Keep that straight. You're going to start to use the strap or the towel to pull the neck forward while you drop the head back. And again, there's no aggression with this. This is just feeling mobility and stretch to the neck. Now you can move the strap a little higher or a little lower, you know, try to repeat it. You might find a spot that is better. Might be in the middle, might be a little lower. But again, neck forward, spine straight, head drop straight. Breathe in, breathe out. And we'll release it center. And you guys are going to do it on the side. Okay, you're going to do it on the side. So you'll be moving the neck, you're pulling, you put it, so you have it on your left side here. And you're pulling the left side of the neck over to the right while So you pull the neck, sorry, let me speak right. Pull the neck to the right while your head drops to the left. And again, you don't want to round or curve your spine. When you do this, you want to just try to relieve any tightness that you might have around the neck. And then come into the center. And we'll do the same on the other side, right? So you're moving the neck over to the left while your head drops to the right. It's really common though, you might not even catch it, that you're dropping your whole body to the side. So try to keep your back straight as you move the neck one way and the head the other way. All right. Feels good, right? I don't know. I love that. I hope you guys feel good with that. Does it feel good? Move a little more. So really good to help keep that neck mobile. And again, this is being recorded so you guys can visit this class, or even if you just like that next section, this next section that we're doing at the end. Okay. So what we're going to do here is just take your left hand and maybe put it under your bum or something, just to kind of anchor the shoulder down, or, you know, sit on it, however you want to sit on so the shoulder stays down. And we're going to bring it over, but you're going to turn your chin and your nose like you're smelling your right armpit, right? You're just going to kind of pull it into the armpit. And you want to start to feel that stretch at the back of the neck. You don't want to create tension. So you're pulling that shoulder down, that left shoulder, and turn your nose right into your armpit. Just keep turning, turning, turning until you increase that range. And we'll release it. Nice. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So you're just going to like either sit on your hand or anchor it down. Sometimes sitting on it really works well because it keeps that shoulder coming down. And you're going to bring the head over to the left, but turn your nose right into the pit there, right? So you're just going to keep pulling it. Again, you're not moving your back, you're not moving your spine, but turn and look into the armpit and turn your nose right into the armpit and move in that direction while you keep that right shoulder down. All right, release the center. And we just have one more for the neck. And this one is you're going to put your hand right at your collarbone, right up here at the center. And you're going to hold one hand over hand right at the collarbone and hold the collarbone in place. You're actually feeling the collarbone press against you and moving down to the floor while you drop or stretch your head back. And you can turn your head a little, like lean it right to left. And release it, center, and let that go. And that's a really good one for those of us who have a really forward neck or forward a lot. So nice. Let's come down on the back, you guys. We'll do a breathing exercise. Lie down in Shavasana. Relax. Woo-woo. Right? Feeling good. Nice. So we're going to lie down and just close the eyes and just focus on your inhale and your exhale. Just feeling the breath in and out. And just let all the, the postures that we did in yoga, just really like let them take effect, right? So you want to just let them soak into you just by relaxing the neck deeply, the jaw, the front of the neck, sides of the neck, back of the neck. Relax the shoulders, upper back, collarbone, chest. Relax and release the shoulder blades as you breathe. You're listening to that inhale and that exhale and feeling the sensation of breath in your body. Start to relax the belly, back, hips, giving a softening at the inner thighs, outer thighs, low belly, low back, even the buttocks, calves, ankles, and knees. And keep letting your eyes and your forehead, top and back of your head, relax deeply into the ground as you feel the breath coming in and coming out of your body. Feeling the ebbs and the flows of the inhale and the exhale. Just much like ocean waves, the tide rolls in and it rolls out. And sometimes it's faster, sometimes it's slower, sometimes it's stronger, sometimes it's calmer. And we just listen to the rhythm of our breath. All right. And cultivating that mind that is calm, clear, sharp, and positive. Continue to cultivate that mind. Draw on it. And when it is your time to come out of Shavasana and you feel like it's right for you to come out of Shavasana, just open your eyes, bend your knees, roll to your side before you come up to seated. Nice job, everyone. Yay. All right. So I love it. You did great today. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy this beautiful weekend. And I hope to see you guys outdoors live